Good evening. I'd like to call the regular meeting of the City of Blackwell to order, please. May we have roll call?
Braden.
Here.
Henderson. Here. Moen.
Present.
Pullett.
Present.
Murphy is absent. A quorum is present.
Thank you. Stand if you are able for our invocation and our flag salute. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this lovely spring day. Thank you for your love and strength and for allowing us to see your power at work. Please watch over all of us who are present tonight and guide us as we make decisions for our city. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next on the agenda, we have special presentations.
Thank you, Mayor. Before I call the prospective agencies up to be recognized, last Wednesday, Blackwell Dispatch received a call with a direct threat to public health and safety. Now, these men and women, before we bring them up and be recognized, will tell you it's part of their job. They'll respond anytime. I don't want to go into a lot of details, but in a split second's notice, everybody responded that you're about to see to protect the public health and safety of Blackwell. This was at a huge community event. They responded flawlessly. They took care of the threat. They provided medical aid. They provided superior communication, and they apprehended the assailants that caused this incident to happen. On behalf of the City of Blackwell, the City Council, we can't thank Blackwell Police Department, Blackwell Fire Department, Kay County Sheriff's Office, and the Oklahoma Highway Patrol for responding to this event. We owe you a debt of gratitude as a community, and we can't tell you all thank you enough. So if you all please come up in front of the horseshoe, please. Let's give them a round of applause. Once again, on behalf of the City of Blackwell, I know it's you all's job, and you guys will do it every day of the week. Given the gravity of that event, we can't thank you enough. From dispatch to the patrol, to the Sheriff's Office, to OHP, to the fire, thank you all very much on behalf of the City of Blackwell. So, get a picture real quick.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Next time. Yeah. Next time.
Jerry, thank you very much. That was certainly well deserved.
Thank you, Mayor.
Are there any comments tonight?
None tonight, ma'am.
Thank you. There is a consent agenda. There are 4 items. If you look them over, we can remove any that you would like to.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded.
Braden.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Moen.
Aye.
Pollak.
Aye. Motion carries. Next will be reports from our Trust Authority boards, starting with the Talk of Oklahoma Museum. Ms. Melissa.
Well, I made a little note, but I lost it, so I'll try to remember. Okay. We had our wine and cheese at the museum. It was very successful. Lots of attendees, and we appreciate the community for all of their endeavors coming out and support the museum. In the last couple weeks, I got a box in the mail, and it had pictures from Harris' family. It was a wedding dress from 1938 and his suit. And the Harris girls, two of them married cousins. And so then they sent us pictures of the Harris business, the motor company and all of that was on Main Street in Blackwell in like the 20s and 30s. We also are talking about doing a big reopening for the museum in honor of Spirit and all the hard work we've done. That's all I have. Thank you.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody from the Golf Course Authority? The ayes here. Blackwell Lake Trust Authority. Tourism. Blackwell Tonkawa Airport Authority. Yes, sir. We so appreciate you coming.
I'm Ralph Gose, one of the 6 members of the Blackwell Tonkawa Airport Authority. And we have 3, most of you know, we have 3 of them in Blackwell, 3 of Tonkawa that are combined basis. That started in 1971, and we've done pretty good on that work. We've had the Federal Aviation Improvement Project funded. The sources comes from the speed collection of all airline tickets and aircraft, which makes approximately $150,000 a year, which we have the capabilities of applying, getting, and doing towards an AIP, which is an Airport Improvement Project. We don't apply for it, we don't get it, and if we have capabilities of getting one, then the federal will give us so much, and the city will have 10% of that, of the ending project that they come up with, which will be 5% Blackwell and 5% Tonkawa. So far, we've done very much improvements. We just finished the widening of the airport, so we're 75 feet instead of 65 feet. That gives us the capabilities of going from 3,500 feet out. We have a 500 feet improvement project that we're trying to get pushed through. That puts us in line where we can start getting towards, for the AOS, or the Oklahoma Aeronautics Association and FAA start looking at us. Otherwise, we weren't wide enough to qualify for that. So we can start coming in on that. As the funds come in, they are allocated to us. We have so much time, and we either, the old saying, use it or lose it. And if we can't, we find a way to secure that for ourselves, to loan it to another city, and then we get paid back from them, or we try and work with that. If neither one of us use it, the money flies away. So we try and do what we can on that. We've had multiple projects going throughout the years. We did put in the new signs years ago, so we have 4 major road signs now, which brings us improvement money in. And some of our portion we get from that is that the signs are used free for the City of Blackwell Tourism and the City of Tonkawa Tourism. They have to provide their own vinyl, but the signs, they don't have to pay their monthly fees on that. So we have that to go into our coffers, which we do the improvements inside the buildings, we do the painting. We just did new windows throughout the office and the hangar portions where we have windows. That goes towards not pulling the money from the city. And if we get everything done on that, we just keep going. We've worked up pretty good amounts on that. Let's see that. We have, since 1992, We have made over $4 million of improvements to the ground, which was established back in 1971. And it's federal, it's actually signed over as federal ground, which they do not make you pay it back or anything else as long as it stays under federal airport. And they do that now. At any time you want it back, I guess you could come up with pocket change of $4 million and buy it back from them. I don't think that's going to happen too well. So we just keep going, and we just keep trying to improve. We have one unique thing about Blackwell. We have 1.5 miles of frontage on I-35 with room to lengthen the highway, and we are the only airport from Duluth, Minnesota, all the way down into Texas, Laredo, Texas, that is located right next to an airport, full access to it. That's quite a bit of distance, and Blackwell's the only one throughout the United States on that way, along I-35. We do have hangars, 100 foot by 100 foot, and all the way down to 80 by 120. We have 10 of those, and we're open for getting people in and getting going. It's all to help Blackwell and Tonkwall. The three on each, we agree on everything we do. Our president is Kent Vogt. Ryan Paul is a trustee, and Don Baker. Those are the representatives for Tonkwall. I'm the vice president, vice chairman out there for Blackwell. Secretary is Stan Claybaker, and trustee is Scott Shepard. So you have the three representatives from each one of them on that. What we're out there for, and a lot of people don't know, we do have drones come in the year. And they fly around the area, and they do air testing that goes for the arms system down at Tonkwall. And they collect all that data. And we also have AWOS, Automated Weather Operations Systems, and that also pins it. So if you say, well, I want to find out what WeatherBug says, if you look on the top corner, it says Blackwell, Oklahoma. And it does come from our AWOS on that. So you do get your direct temperature and readings and everything else from out here. That is provided. We do have to get a new one this year. Ours is, excuse me, I think it's 16 years old, and it's starting to give us some problems. So we're going to be coming up with that. That'll be one of our AIPs this year. We'll try and get everything going on that, and if we can get everything through, get it all funded, it costs us 5% for the Blackwell, 5% for Tonkwall, and federal government comes up with the 90%, so we can get all that. We do have one, and we're finishing up on the runway right now and the widening of it, and the match, which was the 10%, will be getting us a little bit back, so there was some portions of it that did not cost the full amount that was bid on, so we possibly will have some money returned to us, which will be divided back out there. So maybe if we can get everything all finished out properly, the city will be even getting a refund for our improvements that we have on that. So we're working on everything on that. Right tentatively right now, just the AWAS system will be $176,675 for cost of that, which would be a 10% for Blackwell, 5% Blackwell, 5% Tonkwall, which would be $8,834 for each of them. Tentatively, everything going on that. It can bounce a little bit or shrink a little bit on the last final signing. That's where we're standing on that, and that will upgrade all the weather information that you get for the pilots and for the cities and the national. Anything else?
Any questions for Ralph?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
He's being a little bit kind. He has supervised all the remodel out there and done a lot of the work. And doesn't seem to be taking any credit for
We
it.
appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Very much. Stillwater Medical. That concludes our trust authority boards. Next, we will have our financial report from Connor Meacham.
Hope everybody's doing well tonight.
Good evening.
Dad was sorry he couldn't be here, but I was enthused to be here. I've had a great day at the city today, and I wanted to start off by congratulating Jerry on 5 years here
thank
at the
you.
city. I was sitting with Dad last night, and we were chit-chatting, and I said, how long have you been going up to Blackwell? And he goes, you know, it's been phenomenal these last 5 years.
Thank you.
So I know he has great things to say about it, and he made sure that I knew that I was going to have a great time when I came all day today, and that has been very, very true. You have a great city.
Thank you.
I get to bring some of the good news, and if there's any bad news, I will save it for next month.
Let Dad do it. Let Dad do it. Yes.
First up, I'll tell you about sales tax revenue. Maybe this is a little bad news. It did decrease about 9% for the month. I did take a peek though at April's, and it looks like you're going to be back up about 8% next month. So you're going to even out these next 2 months. Overall, as we're looking at planning for the city, we're starting the budgeting process. And as you're looking at your financials, hopefully you're seeing that everything is floating at around 75% of budget. Where it's not, we will be sending over some budget amendments next month and as part of June to clean up, make sure that you're in compliance. Big piece here on, if I can find my right page, on the general fund, looks like net revenue over expense, you've got about $278,000. This is following, for the most part, in line with where your transfers are. You know, when you look at your net income between your general fund and the municipal authority, you're going to see that the biggest piece that plays a game here is how much you transfer money to the general fund. The general fund always, I'm not saying always, some cities have more sales tax revenue than utility revenue, but for the most part, what you're going to see here is the city does have to subsidize a lot of the operations on the general government side, but I think seeing how much you guys have in public service and how great of a city you have, spending that money on safety has not been a problem with the city, and has not been something that you guys have ever not prioritized. So when you see some of these transfers, a lot of that is just making sure that those things are covered. And it is, if you can see, it is following in line with budget. This isn't like things are outside of the norm. If we want to flip over to utility authority. Another thing I wanted to point out, when you look at your total operating income, you'll see next to it 34% is your margin, annual budget around 30. I'm going to tell you that's a healthy margin to have, because what that does allow you to do is send that money where it's needed the most, over in the general fund, and cover the public service and cover those things. As you're looking at budgeting for this next upcoming year, you want to make sure that you're keeping in line with that kind of margin. And we'll set that out and have a discussion. So another piece, when we're preparing the financials, I like to make sure that you have what's actually happening at the city in all of those items before operating income. If it's capital outlay, if it's, one thing that is happening at the city though are your big OWRD projects. And when those expenditures aren't always happening in the day-to-day operation, they're huge expenditures, writing in grants. As far as that's concerned, in order to make sure that I'm giving you a good picture of what your operating income really is on your utilities, I put those items down at the bottom, down where you can see uses of bond and loan proceeds. So anything above your operating income is really supposed to tell you how well the city is doing on each utility individually, which ones are making you money, which ones are costing you money. And then anything underneath is telling you this whole story of what money is being spent in the city. So, just a little bit, I don't know how much into the weeds Russ likes to get, but that's one thing that I think as you're planning and making decisions for the city, it's important to take a look at, are we making money in our utilities? Are we covering the cost that it takes not only to maintain them today, but are we putting the money in that it's going to take to make sure that we're building for our kids, our grandkids, and for some of the emergencies that pop up, some of the things that we can't foresee. Is there a weather event? Is there a tornado? Is there something that's causing trouble? So overall, I'm gonna tell you, operating income, that's where we wanna see it operating, right? Of course, trash and sewer, well, or just sewer, sorry. Sewer's one that, it'd be great if it was making us more money, but they're not always gonna make us money, right? Some of them are not winners all the time, right? Some of them, they do take more operational costs. So overall, I'm gonna say that's State of the Union as of March. Anybody have any questions?
All right, thank you,
Thank you.
very, very much. The next item will be discussion and take possible action on some business items. A is to consider approval of 3 candidates for the Oklahoma Municipal Assurance Group, OMAG, Board of Trustees. And there was an attachment. How do we do this? Bryce?
Well, there are 7 candidates. Pam Pope is a good one. You're supposed to select 3 of those. OMAG, of course, is our insurance carrier. And I think Pam Pope was one of them.
Are there any incumbents, or is she an incumbent?
Yes, Pam is an incumbent.
Pam is an incumbent.
Did you know any of the rest of them?
And Justin Battles submitted a letter asking for support. He is the, the Assistant City Manager for the City of Mustang, and he as well is an incumbent.
He is an incumbent?
Yes.
Okay.
And Tim Lyons is the 3rd incumbent. I'm sorry, Bryce, if I'm stepping over you, but
Oh, no, please.
he is the city manager for Midwest City. Those are the 3 incumbents listed on the ballot. New to it, as you may have seen in your Dropbox, is Brady Moore, the city manager from Stillwater, Cody Rowe, the city manager from McLeod, Michael Shannon, the city manager from Guyman, and Cecilia Taft, the city clerk at Spencer.
Do you all have any recommendations, since we need to send in we need to submit our ballot?
Do you have a personal working relationship with any of them that you've worked with and they're easy to work with, or?
I personally do not. I know the 3 that have been on there. I know Pam for sure has been on there for a couple of years, a couple of terms, and has done a great job. She's the only name that I know just by recognition. One to consider that's semi-close by would be in our area is Stillwater, if we wanted to. But the only 2 that I received letters reaching out for support is Justin Battles out of Mustang and Pam Polk from the city of Durant. And those were in your
What was
Dropbox.
the Stillwater?
Brady Moore, the city manager.
And these help us with our insurance?
Yes.
Yeah, they're the trustees in charge of the board of trustees that runs OMAG, our insurance.
Jerry, do you have any recommendations?
Unfortunately, Mayor, I don't know
Okay.
anybody on the list, nor have I had any contact with anyone.
I guess we're open for nominations.
Well, off the information provided, I think Pam Polk for sure, probably that Justin Battles.
Okay.
And then maybe we go with the Stillwater nominee just to have someone close by.
That's great.
Okay, so that would be Pam, Justin, and Brady.
Brady Moore.
Brady Moore. Okay, Pam Pope, Justin Battles, and Brady Moore. Is that a nomination?
You want me to make that?
Yes.
I'd like to nominate Pam Pope, Justin Battles, and Brady Moore.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded.
Braden.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Moen.
Aye.
Pullen.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you for taking care of that. B is to consider award of bid to Bush and Associates as the sole bidder for the solar-powered license plate reader for the police department in the amount of $20,470.
Yes, they're the only company that's made a bid, and they're also the same company of our current license plate reader, so everything would be interoperable. And the amount of the bid is what our grant was for, so it would be 100% funded. We recommend to approve.
Good job. Any questions?
I have none.
I make a motion to award the bid to Bush and Associates.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded.
Braden.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Moen.
Aye.
Pollak.
Aye. Motion carries. Is there any new business tonight?
None this evening, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you very much. The regular meeting of the City of Blackwell is now adjourned, and we will move to the regular meeting of the Blackwell Municipal Authority, and I would need a roll call, please.
Braden.
Here.
Henderson.
Present.
Moen.
Present.
Pollak.
Present.
Murphy is absent. A quorum is present.
Thank you. Are any comments?
None tonight.
Thank you. There is a consent agenda of 5 items. We can either remove or you can act on them.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded.
Braden.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Moen.
Aye.
Pollak.
Aye. Motion carries. Is there any new business to come tonight?
None this evening, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, the regular meeting of the Blackwell Municipal Authority is adjourned. And our last meeting tonight is the regular meeting of the Blackwell Facilities Authority. We would need a roll call.
Braden.
Here.
Henderson.
Aye. Or present.
Moen.
Present.
Pollak.
Present. Thank you. Comments?
No.
No comments. Okay. Consent agenda. There are 3 items.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded.
Braden.
Aye.
Henderson.
Aye.
Moen.
Aye.
Pollak.
Aye. Motion carries. Is there any new business to come before you?
None this evening, Mayor, thank you.
Well, we are adjourned.